Good evening and happy Monday. I'm coming to you on this beautiful Monday, the beginning of the week, because there is so much information that you need to know regarding these new stimulus that are popping up, PPP Loan Forgiveness, and other information that you really need to know, and other tax information to get you prepped for the next few months, because tax season is really right around the corner. Do you recognize that Christmas and in general the holiday season is about 4 or 5 months away? Like, this entire year is flying by. So I'm gonna get on to it. California is giving an additional $600 stimulus, and that is going to begin as soon as possible. Okay, so look out for those. Once again, California is giving an additional $600 stimulus. We're not talking about the first one. There is the first stimulus that was approved a few months ago, and that one should be on the way. If you haven't received it yet, there are income requirements of between $35,000 to $75,000 annually, AGI, in order to qualify for, once again, the California stimulus. There's one, the $600 one that was a few months ago. That one is still on the table, along with this new one that is coming up. In addition to that, California has also authorized a $1,000 monthly stimulus. It's called the Guaranteed Income Program. For those people, once again, who are in between the range of $35,000 to $75,000 annual AGI. Governor Newsom is going to go ahead and sign that into law if he hasn't already. I've been all around taking care of business today, so in between he could have signed it already. But California, you have some money coming to you. And not only are there these two stimuli on the table for the $600, then another additional income guaranteed income program stimuli coming your way. There's also $52 million available for low income earners in order to pay their back rent. 100% of your back rent can be paid if you go ahead and apply. Look on the Los Angeles County website. I'll put it in the trend at the end. I'll look it up for you. Or you can just Google Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, or Los Angeles County, so you can get more information on how you can apply for the grant. Once again, they have $52 million available. They did not expect that they would be able to pay everyone's back rent, but that money is available to take care of that. Not only that, there's an additional $2 million for you all in California if your utilities and or water, where water is considered a utility, but they pointed out the water bill and utilities. If you are behind in any of those, they also have $2 million available in order to pay those past due bills in order to keep your utilities on. So there is money for you in California. So for other states, I'm sure other states are going to follow. They always do. California generally sets the precedent for most things. California, Texas, Florida, New York generally set the precedent for the rest of the states. So make sure you do not miss out on California stimulus money. Okay, once again, there's two $600 stimulus. There's $1,000 stimulus that's supposed to come in monthly. It will be signed shortly. Okay, don't forget to apply for the renters back pay, so you're able, once again, not to be evicted and your utilities are taken care of. Go to the Los Angeles County website or the City of Los Angeles. Income requirements do apply. I also want to let you all know, due to this Delta variant that is spreading like wildfire, it seems like more so than the coronavirus. Here we are with all these different plagues going on, but thank God we are still here, right? You're on the live with me, and I'm here to give you this information. So just continue to mask up and do what you feel that you need to do in order to be safe. So with this Delta variant spreading like wildfire, there could possibly be a fourth stimulus. Who knows? But right now, the fourth stimulus is just a petition. It is not a part of the legislation to even be voted on right now. So people are still out there saying that it's going to be voted on or it's something that's coming. It's not right now. It's just in a petition stage. So there are millions and millions of people who have signed that petition and are hoping that the next stimulus, they're hoping $2,000 to, be passed and released. Hopefully they do. There's a lot of people still going through. Now, when it comes to unemployment may be extended. Unemployment benefits for those who are self-employed and general pandemic assistance unemployment is supposed to end in September. Okay, but once again, if this Delta variant continues to spread like wildfire and all these numbers start going up, they may go ahead and extend that. Once again, the key word is may. Okay, so don't bank on all of these things, because once again, there are hiring signs everywhere. Everybody is hiring. I guess too, there's some incentives for a lot of these corporations to go ahead and hire. I think they get some type of federal bonus for the number of people that they hire. So if you're looking for a job and you want to get out there, you have plenty of opportunity to do so. If you want to continue to stay safe for whatever reasons that you have in order to continue to be on unemployment, continue to be on unemployment and do what's right for you and your family. Okay, so advanced child tax credit. I don't want to forget anything, but I am going to make this live pretty quick. So dealing with the child tax credit advance that most of you all started receiving even a day early, which was really good, because they were saying that they may be behind because of just trying to push out all the money at the same time. But if you received it and you were short, they did not pay you for one child or whatever the situation is, you were short, there is no way for you to recoup that money right now. The only way that you're going to be able to recoup that money is on your 2021 taxes, which will be in January. Okay, so that's the only recovery that you're going to be able to make. Okay, once again, two, if you were short on the $1,400 stimulus or you didn't receive that, the only way that you're going to recover that is on your 2021 taxes. Okay, so here's some tax news really quick. You may have heard TurboTax, which is owned by Intuit. TurboTax is what a lot of people have started doing their personal taxes on, because they seemingly try to save money from going to a tax preparation company or CPA, like Set Free Tax and Professional Services. Folks try to save money because of the bank fees and everything like that. However, if you are a person who files your taxes early and you do need a bank loan or rapid loan and things like that, it is advantageous. And of course, if you have business taxes, a Schedule C or anything major, and or you really don't know what you're doing when you're doing your taxes, it is definitely advantageous to you to hire a tax professional. There's a lot of people out there trying to save money, or they let Bobo the clown from around the block go ahead and do their taxes, and then they come up with issues later. Sometimes the IRS does not catch your mistakes within 6 months. You may get away with it for a year. They may not catch up with you for 2 years. It may be 3 years, but I guarantee you, after being in the tax game for over 18 years, they are going to find mistakes. And especially now, they have hired thousands of auditors. Okay, so I keep letting people know, and I keep saying it over and over, the IRS has time, okay, in that division for audits. They're looking at Schedule Cs and especially S Corps. Okay, so people who file self-employment, you're not keeping your receipts, you're letting Bozo the clown do your Schedule C in order to get a PPP loan, in order to do your general taxes, or you thought that you were boosting up your Schedule C or lowering it in order to get more earned income credit. All those are on the table for our audit. Okay, and because more people are going into doing their own taxes on TurboTax and all these other sites, okay, just want to let you know, Intuit decided to pull back from free taxes. So either way, you're going to have to pay to get your taxes done. Okay, so once again, next year, TurboTax is not going to be free. The prices are going up. Okay, just like inflation is going up across the table for food, gas, buying used cars, just any and everything, okay, when it comes to doing your taxes, the free tax game is out. Okay, so I tell people all the time, whether they're trying to save money or not, it always pays. You pay what you get for. You pay for what you get. And if you're trying to be cheap and something happens, you're still going to have to pay out of pocket later. And so that's why, I don't say anything most of the time to people who go ahead and do their taxes themselves. For most of them, I just look at them and say, yeah, you're going to need me later. But I'm here year round for tax issues, for audits and things like that. And because the tax game has changed so much in the sense, especially this is for my fellow tax professionals, I am not a person who is, competitive. I don't believe in the crab in the barrel effect. I've helped many people start their own tax businesses and led them to the education and the things that they need in order to start their business. And I'm proud to say that mostly all those people are still in business. But I also want to let you know from one tax professional to the next that in dealing with tax preparation, because most people are trying to do their taxes on their own, or they so-called think they're tax pros now, that there's going to be a lot of audits. So if you are a tax professional and you say, hey, I don't know what happened, how come I'm not making as much money as I did before, this and that, there's opportunity in doing audits, helping people get through the audit process. The audit process is horrible, okay? Especially for somebody who has never dealt with the IRS before. But because I am a lioness that roars, I have dealt with a lot of IRS issues and help people get through the audit process. On top of that, I have decided that I'm going to go ahead and become an enrolled agent who is one step lower than a tax attorney. Okay, I would most likely end up being a tax attorney, but I don't have that much time to go ahead and study and get that additional license and everything like that. However, I do have a master's degree, a lot of certifications, and a lot of licenses. But I'm going to add enrolled agent to it because I want to be able to represent my clients in court. And some of these clients do have to go to court based upon them not keeping records with their Schedule C's, their businesses, and they thinking, oh, I'm just a sole proprietorship. I'm not an LLC or corporation. Nobody's going to look at me. Yes, they will look at you because you filed a federal document, which is a tax return, and you swore under penalty perjury and all that jargon that everything is true. So what happens is when the IRS does the audit, they're coming behind you to make sure that it's true. Okay, so this next tax season, look forward to me being an enrolled agent. Once again, one step lower than a tax attorney, but I can represent you in court, and I will have all my facts together to make sure that I help you beat the IRS. Okay, because some of the things that they do are not right. And sometimes, they really just try to intimidate you. Okay, so you need a lioness like me to, help put things in order, put things in check in order for you to, not get rode over. Okay, because they'll suck you dry for everything. Okay, so going on to the next thing. All right, since we're talking about tax returns and everything, you all need to know about the PPP forgiveness, because a lot of people, Bozo the Clown, he did or she did your PPP loan, Schedule C, did all this fake stuff and everything like that. So whatever the case is, now it's time for people who got the first draw of the PPP loan. Your expiration date in order to do the loan forgiveness form is in September. Okay, so if you do not fill out that form, generally you're going to end up having to pay the loan back. It's a low interest loan. It's only at 1%, but you definitely don't want to have to pay it back if you don't have to, right? So then we have the second draw PPP loan. Okay, you have 24 weeks from the covered period in order to apply for forgiveness. Okay, and the covered period begins the day that you receive the PPP loan. The PPP loan has 4 PPP forgiveness forms, okay? And I'll just go real quick what the difference is between them, okay? There's the 3508S form, okay? That's for anybody who has a PPP loan under $150,000. No documents need to be submitted. However, the SBA, which is the federal government, can solicit you for your receipts at any time over the next few years. So don't just, keep your receipts maybe for a year and say, oh, I don't need it, and throw it out of the file cabinet or delete it from your records. You're going to need to hang on to those receipts and whatever bank statements for a few years. Just like in dealing with tax returns, you should generally hold on to a copy of your tax return for at least 4 years, because the IRS can come back and audit up to that time. Okay, so a lot of people don't beat audits because they don't have any receipts, they have no bank statements or anything, because they decide to audit you maybe 2, 3, 4 years down the line. So always keep your documents. Okay, the next PPP loan forgiveness form is the 3508EZ. That is for anyone who has a PPP loan that's greater than $150,000 and did not reduce their employees by number or reduce their employees' payroll. Okay. The next one is the 3508. Okay. The 3508 is for anyone who had a PPP loan of $150,000 or more. However, you don't qualify for the 3508EZ. The last PPP loan form is the 3508D. Okay, that's a disclosure of certain government entities. That's if anybody who's a part of the government, a congressman or woman, the president or vice president himself, a spouse who's associated with the government, is a part of your business in some way. They own stock or whatever the case is, you would have to fill out a 3508D. Now, whichever company issued your PPP loan, it could be Blue Vine, Linda, it could be your business bank who gave it to you. You're going to have to contact them directly to see how they want you to apply for the PPP loan forgiveness, how to file those forms. Okay, some like Blue Vine are going to have you do it online. They haven't released their online form yet, but they say on their website that they're going to do everything online. Others prefer to be more traditional and do everything by paper. So once again, contact your PPP loan issuer in order to find out which way they want you to submit one of those forms. All right. So I'm going to move on to the fact that what happens if you default. If you default on the federal loan, of course, it's not a good look. They're going to put it on your credit. Some people say, I don't care if they put it on my credit. But it gets a little worse, because if you default on the loan, you don't pay this PPP loan back because you didn't file the forgiveness documents or you didn't follow their instructions. Because in order to get a PPP loan, your business should have been formed by February 20th of 2020. Most people got these PPP loans thinking that it was to start their business and just free money to willy-nilly around and everything, but there were very specific guidelines. And for some people, it's not their fault because, somebody around the block gave them misinformation and everything, and they chose not to research themselves. All the information is at SBA.gov. Okay, so when it comes down to it, you should have spent 60% of the PPP loan on payroll for yourself and your employees. So that's the major part that they're looking for too. So if you did not spend 60% of the PPP loan on payroll expenses, and the way to prove that is by paying yourself, track record, everything has to be, tracked, dealing with your bank statements. That if you pulled cash out, you need to show a slip that says it was deposited to your personal account. You needed to either have payroll with paychecks or some of those other, programs out there that do payroll, or you wrote a check to your employees and they're able to show on their account that it was cash. Once again, everything has to have a paper trail. So basically, that's all they're looking for is a paper trail. So if you used everything per their guidelines, 60% went to payroll and everything like that, generally your loan will be forgiven. However, if you did not follow instructions, then what's going to happen is that they can snatch your tax refund for the next few years until you're caught up with whatever money that they gave to you. The other thing is, if it's a lot of money, and generally they had just said, and I posted everything on the Set Free Tax and Professional Services business page. I post articles all throughout the day. All general information that you need to know. Those articles are there. And I just had posted a few days ago that the SBA decided that they're not going to review any PPP loan cases that are over $2 million. Read in between the lines. They're going after the little people. Okay, so if you got a PPP loan of $2 million or less, you will be up for review. And trust me, they have time because they know that there's a lot of fraud and they want to get that money back. Okay, so in most cases, what they're going to end up doing is taking it from your tax refund for the next 5 to 10 years. You will not see a tax refund. And on top of that, you may be barred from any federal funds. You can't take out any student loans. You can't get Section 8. You maybe get kicked off of Section 8 because of the federal fraud. There's a whole bunch that comes behind it. That's why I was warning everyone last year when all the shenanigans started, that you're not just dealing with not paying a creditor back. It's not like, oh, I just took out a bank loan, or you just got, a paychecks, loan, and if you don't pay it, they just put it on your credit. No, you're messing with the feds when you took this money. So when they come back, they come back hard. Just like they come back with these IRS audits, they're coming back hard for PPP audits, okay? So what happens is, if you really have a bad case and you seriously don't have any receipts, your business really doesn't exist, you have no LLC, you have no sole proprietorship, they're going to look all this stuff up, okay? They're looking all this stuff up before they even come to you, okay? So they're going to have their facts already ready, okay? So, and generally what happens is you're going to get a letter in the mail. If this is a small situation. Big situations, they come knock at your door, okay? Small situations, they're going to send you a letter and they're going to say, hey, you got a PPP loan. We need to see your bank statements and your receipts, okay? They're going to give you a certain specified amount of time to send it, normally about 30 days to send that information back. That is called a paper audit. They just want to see what you have. Now, if they're satisfied with everything that you sent to them, then they'll go away. Okay, they'll say, okay, ta-ta, okay, all right, you got all your stuff together. You'll be able to get another, business loan whenever you need it. Hey, you got good credit with the SBA. Hey, you got good credit with the feds. Okay, and then they'll just go away, mind the business. That's what you want them to do, right? All right, but if you ignore them and you don't send anything back, if you send them a few receipts that don't add up to the money that they dished out to you, then there is when the problems begin. That's when they come out to your house or they come out to whatever place of employment. It doesn't matter. They'll find you. Okay. They'll start interviewing you. They'll start interviewing your so-called employees. By that time, they'll figure out if you really had employees or not. I'm running this down because a lot of people have been misinformed. A lot of people don't understand this whole process. So I'm bringing it on down. Okay. So they'll start interviewing people and everything. And then after that, they're going to ask you again and say, hey, where are your receipts? Where are your records? Okay. If you still don't have anything, then that's when the criminal charges come up against you for conspiracy, the charges for, sending false documents to a financial institution, bank fraud, all these different things come up against you. Okay. So you don't want that. Okay. Some people say, oh, I'll go ahead and discharge the PPP loan in a bankruptcy. I'll just file bankruptcy. I'll just do it that way. Well, bankruptcy isn't going to get rid of criminal charges, and bankruptcy is not going to get rid of a PPP loan either. Okay. So anything that you bought with a PPP loan, because in business, if you're not making over $1 million, you are considered a personal guarantor over the credit or whatever it is that you got with the PPP loan. So the federal government will have the right to seize your personal items that you bought with it, because they're going to find out how that money was spent. That's cars. If you put a down payment on a house, they can seize your house. Jewelry, clothes, whatever it is, they'll take whatever there is that you purchased with that and go ahead and sell it so they can try and get some money back, while then you're dealing with a court case that you can't pay an attorney for. So it's just a big mess, but I'm breaking it down so you understand, okay? And, share with a friend, because folks need to know this. I'm tired of people sitting up here giving out false information, getting some innocent people caught up. For the people who knew what they were doing, you knew what you were doing. So you just have to deal with the consequences. That's just how life is. But I want to give you the real 101 so you understand how the process goes. Okay, so I want to see if I forgot anything. I guess that's it. Regarding the PPP loans, I'm going to go through here really quick to see if there's any questions, answer those. I'll also give links to the California stimuli that I just spoke of, the money that's coming. I'll give you links regarding the PPP loan and everything like that. Any information that you need, feel free to just inbox me and I'll go ahead and answer. Let's see. Looks like there's a few questions here. All right. I just see people, a whole bunch of people co-signing on everything that I said. Somebody said something about a stimulus next year. I have to go back and see, because I don't want to take up you all's time over some general questions here. But once again, I'm available to be reached during traditional business hours between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can call or text 562-646-6185. If you would like to go to my websites, it's setfreetaxpro.com. Once again, setfreetaxpro.com. I've been doing taxes for over 18 years. And once again, there's not too much that I haven't seen. And if there is something that I haven't seen, I have attorneys on deck who will make sure that they get those answers so then I can answer you. So I work closely with a lot of leaders in the community, and I'm always available to help you. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and get that additional paperwork to be an enrolled agent so I'll be able to represent you in tax court, because there's a lot of audits coming. And like I said, I have mentioned it over and over because I'm giving you all warning, okay? If there's any back taxes that you need to complete, feel free to go ahead and text me or send your documents. Go to my website, setfreetaxpro.com. If you need your credit repaired, business credit established, you need to rebuild your credit, you need a boost in credit, because everybody doesn't just need deletions. I've been doing credit repair for over 12 years, and there's a lot in credit that I have seen, and I will keep you in the know with my credit building tools. If you like to build your credit using the Set Free secured credit card, yes, I do have my own secured credit card branded for my clients. I will give you the link. It'll help you start building your credit with Foundation Credit Builders. And then let's see what else. There's Get Set Free Weight Loss. So if you're looking for healthy options, losing weight, I have some videos that I post on the Get Set Free Weight Loss link daily for your health, ways to beat COVID, ways to beat the Delta variant. I post a lot of things on there regarding your health. I'm not just sales pitching all the time. I want you to have information to survive through all these crazy times, okay? So go to my page, Get Set Free Weight Loss Drops. Also in real estate, there's Set Free Real Estate and Business Investments. I know I'm into everything. I have about 6 or 7 streams of income, and that's what I encourage for anybody, especially during these times. Get your certifications, license in whatever it is that you have a passion for. Nobody has to stick to one single thing for the rest of their lives. I thought at first when I went to college to get my bachelor's in criminal justice that I would be stuck to either being a police officer, a probation officer, a parole officer, or something like that. But I ended up in the public sector and working for the University of Southern California and working as a marketing director and doing all these different things. I have basically done everything. That's what I feel like I have. But now, since I've been an entrepreneur for over 10 years, everything that I used to do for these, other companies, I do for myself in order to help people get to their next level. So I just want to give you that motivation and encouragement that really, it's just go for it. Just do it. Think of things that are pandemic proof. We don't know when all of this is going to be over. We keep yo-yoing, back and forth. Things are locked down, then things open, then no masks are mandated, then they're mandated again. And I'm sure with the way things are going right now, that there will be lockdowns again, because it's just spreading so fast. You all need to pay attention to what happens overseas. Pay attention to what happens in India. Pay attention to what happens in the UK and so on and so forth. Because generally what happens over there then ends up coming over here. And right now they're dealing with shutting stuff down again, and it's just a mess. So all we can continue to do, is pray and wash our hands, mask up, and, for people who have regular masks, the cloth masks, and, they're fashionable. Like, this one here, okay, it doesn't have any filter. However, there are filters that you can buy on Amazon. They're small little filters that you then put on the inside to line it. So whatever mask that you have, it'll actually act as if it's, the 95N mask. So that's what it'll act like, but you can still be fashionable, okay? Because, for me, Miss Diva, I can't be walking around with a huge mask on my face. I gotta have some fashion to go along with what I'm wearing, right? So between my mom and my stepmama, okay, they were on me and they said, hey, you have to have a filter, inside of there, especially in the fact that I'm traveling. I'm always around a lot of people. I continue to get COVID tested every single week, okay? And I recently got my test results back today, negative. And the next few days, I'm gonna go for another one because I want to be sociably responsible, okay? I'm fully vaccinated. However, still, as they say, we still can get it, so it makes people who are unvaccinated wonder, well, why in the heck should we get vaccinated if you're vaccinated and you still can get it? So they say, it'll be more mild symptoms and everything, but there's just a whole bunch of just information, misinformation. Some of it you don't know what to believe and all this other stuff. But what we do know is how to stay clean and keep a mask, over our face. And if you choose not to wear a mask, then, that's on you to play Russian roulette. So I'm always going to put that in, when it comes to dealing with this Delta. Okay, so pandemic, go away. And, on top of that, I just want to let you all know that I may not know each and every one of you out there, but I'm always praying for everyone. Okay, the client files that I have running over my desk, all those files are prayed on. Okay. I pray against any shenanigans. I pray against any evil, negative, jealous, envious spirits. I pray against all of that, not just for me, but for you too, because I want everybody under the sound of my voice who are looking at me right now to win and to succeed. Okay. And I mean that from the top, the middle, and the bottom of my heart. Once again, I believe that there's enough money for all of us, sis. There's enough money for all of us, bro. There is no competition here at Set Free. Okay. When you are confident and you are good and excellent at what you do, you don't have to worry about anybody else. Okay. So always remember that. Okay. So I'm going to sign off, but before I do, all right, I have to say a happy birthday to my Uncle Ike in Los Angeles, California. I have to say happy birthday to my cousin Dorothy Chisholm out here in Texas, okay? And I have to say a happy early birthday to my mother. She will be turning 63 in 3 days. And I also need to send condolences to my cousins, Yolanda, Aura, and Dorothy at the loss of my beloved cousin, their mother. And also, Keisha Cole lost her mother. And, it's really sad, all the things that, are going on top of this whole pandemic. So love each other. Send somebody some love. Text somebody and tell them, hey, that you haven't spoke to in a while. Send somebody some love. Let them know that they're appreciated, and just continue to be good to each other. Because once again, you never know when it's going to be the last time. So many blessings to you, to your family. And remember that any day is a great day to get set free.